Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cooking from Quarantine. Today we are making artichokes. Artichokes are a vegetable that I find nobody's willing to make at home. Sometimes you order it in a restaurant, like Remember restaurants, but nobody ever makes it at home, and it's actually a great dish to make at home because you can prepare it like a zillion different ways. It's a very good sharing food, so if you have a dinner party, like as soon as that's allowed again, because I hear rumors that maybe we're going to be allowed to have like fewer than 10 people in a room at a time, perfect for a dinner party. Once you can have a dinner party again, they're perfect appetizers for a dinner party because they're kind of communal, and I always love serving things at a dinner party where you get to kind of play with your food. So artichokes are awesome. They're super easy to prepare. Let me just walk you through what we need. I am baking 4 artichokes today. I've already prepped 3 of them. I'll show you how we prep it momentarily. What we need for this recipe, super easy peasy, is garlic, lemon, salt, pepper, and whatever kind of cheese you have in the house that you like with it. I have a little bit of Pecorino Romano that's been like pre-shredded, which I don't love, just because when it's pre-shredded it loses a lot of its flavor. And I have a Grana Padano that I'm going to rub as well. In addition to that, you'll need a serrated knife, a scissor, any kind of olive oil that you like. The more flavorful, the better. Artichokes are a kind of thing that you have to add a lot of flavor to. And any kind of baking dish or baking sheet, just something that you can put these guys on in the oven. You'll also need aluminum foil. So I have my oven preheating to 425 because ultimately we're going to bake these for an hour and 20 minutes on 425. The reason I think people are a little intimidated by artichokes is because there's a lot of pieces of them that you can't eat, that you're not supposed to eat. So people are like, well, what do I do and how do I know? And so you don't have to be scared. I'll walk you through it. So first of all, we're going to take our artichoke and be very careful. They are spiky and sticky and thorny, and they're a very like aggressive vegetable. You're going to cut off the stem of them. Just go under or near the bottom leaves and cut off the stem so that you get a flat bottom to it. Then you're going to flip it the other way and cut off the entire top of it because you're looking to expose what's inside. So we're going to get rid of this entire top piece, and this part takes either a better knife that I'm using or a little bit of muscle. Some people make this look super easy, but it's not. Okay, so all of this stuff that we're cutting off, don't eat any of that. We can't save it, we can't repurpose it, we can't do anything with it. Take your scissor and just nip around and make it kind of even and nice. Sort of like the COVID haircuts we've been giving our loved ones, which is to say haphazardly, but with care. And so you're going to want to go all the way around, and look, they really fly, so, you know, be careful. Don't want to hit anybody with a flying thorn. Just until you've gotten all the little spiky pieces off, because believe me, you don't want any part of those bad boys. Okay, here we go. Then you're gonna kind of gently open it up so that you're exposing more of the inside. Be careful because this purple part also is thorny. I swear to you it's worth it. I know this is a weird, aggressive vegetable that's trying to kill you, but you know what? Like, the world is trying to kill us right now, and we won't be deterred. Okay, so now that we've kind of bloomed it a little, you're going to take a lemon and just kind of doused. Okay, so I used 1 lemon on all 4 of these artichokes. Next step, let's clean up our surface a little bit. Here we go. The next step is the garlic. I'm using like 6 or 7 cloves of garlic. Like I said, artichoke is something that needs a lot of flavor added to it. So, you know, We measure garlic with our hearts, not by a recipe. And the idea is that you want to get this kind of as minced and finely chopped as you possibly can. If you want to throw it in the food processor and make kind of a garlic paste out of it, you can. I think that's like needlessly dirtying another tool in the kitchen. Why do laundry? Why do dishes if you don't have to? Though also, why do laundry if you don't have to, right? Okay. So I have, this is like 6 or 7, I can't even really remember, cloves of garlic that we're going to disperse among our artichoke hearts, or artichokes. The heart is in the middle, which I'll show you when we go to actually eat these suckers. Okay. So we get our 4 artichokes out and ready. We get our olive oil. We're gonna douse these boys in olive oil, really make sure it kind of gets good in there, all right? A healthy pour in each one. And again, your olive oil should be very flavorful. This is not the time to use like light olive oil. This is when you use that like good green extra virgin shit. Okay, we're going to salt them. Salt it kind of a lot. Again, we're looking to add a lot of flavor. And the part of it that you eat is actually the base of the leaf. So the more inside the artichoke you can get and kind of within the layers of the leaves, the better they'll taste. If you really do want a measurement, I'd say I'm doing a tablespoon of salt. So I guess a half a tablespoon of salt per artichoke, because I'm kind of spreading it out between the two. And be careful because there are still like little thorns attached to it. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with our garlic. Really just kind of get that stuff good and in there. This is a very rustic kind of dish. This is not fancy. This is real play with your food stuff. And again, this is perfect for sharing, but it's also good for like, if you need a snack that you can kind of eat mindlessly, this is really perfect for that, because it's like nature's potato chip, sort of. Nature's potato chip is in fact the potato chip, because all of those things can be found in nature, but I digress. Okay, let's get the rest of our garlic real good and in there, kind of really smush it. Don't let any little minced pieces go to waste. Okay, now let's wash our paws off. We're going to do some fresh cracked black pepper. Please use fresh cracked. Don't use powdered stuff. It doesn't taste like anything except kind of sawdust, and you're not really saving that much time when you buy the pre-ground stuff. You're really just saving yourself flavor, and that's not the point of cooking. Okay. Now we're going to take our Parmesan, and you can actually, like, this can be the end, right? Because we have lemon, garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Like, that's pretty good, but I want to kind of schnazz it up a little bit. And maybe I won't even use the grana padano, because why introduce so many more flavors? But I happen to really like the sharpness of these kind of stinky Italian cheeses. I think they add like an interesting kind of nuttiness to what we're cooking, and you don't need much. This is not supposed to be like an artichoke cheese dip. This is just to kind of bring out some new and interesting flavors. Yeah, I think I won't even use the grana padano. I think we'll just use this pecorino romano. Okay. Now, some people like to make these with kind of like sauteed garlic with breadcrumbs and all kinds of other ingredients. I think that's kind of a waste of time because I really like the flavor of artichokes. I think when you add so many ingredients to artichokes, it's like, why are you trying to kill the flavor of them? Okay, so now we're done. This is what they look like on top. And we're going to take our pieces of aluminum foil and we're going to wrap up each one of these guys. See, little bundle like that. Put it in our baking dish. And so we're going to cook these again. Our oven is preheating at 425, and we're going to cook these for an hour and 20 minutes-ish. They have aluminum foil around them, so they're not going to scorch. So don't worry about overcooking or even undercooking. This is a pretty foolproof recipe. And there we are. That's the whole thing. The next step is when we take them out of the oven, and I will show you which parts you can eat, which parts you shouldn't, and how to enjoy them to the best of their abilities. So we're going to pop these guys in the oven, and I'll see you in an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, artichokers, we have let them finish cooking. It is easily 1,000 degrees in my apartment. Let's see our artichokes. Okay, I teach everyone how you eat these lovely little suckers. So first of all, they smell absolutely incredible. See how they kind of like make their own juices? Oh God, this smells so good. So first of all, the way you eat an artichoke is that you rip off the leaves, and all of this bottom stuff is like yummy meat. And you just kind of like scrape it off with your teeth. Which is super yummy yummy. These taste so good. The artichoke goodness is all like sweet and delicious, and it has all of the kind of oil and stuff and garlic that we had put into it. So we're gonna pick off all of the leaves so that we can eat through this dude eventually. And you'll see some of them are like really thick with artichoke goo, which I know is a gross thing to say, but it's nonetheless true. So we're gonna just keep going, pull off all the leaves that we can. The yummy artichoke goodness. Be careful because it's still a little hot on the inside. I let this cool just sitting on top of my stove for a while, but if you do it right out of the oven, just be careful. Let me get a little spoon, because what we're gonna try to get down to is the actual heart of the artichoke. Pulling all of these away. Getting close. See, just till you can't go anymore. And these little baby leaves that start coming off, the ones that have more purple in them, they are still pretty edible, the bottoms of them. You could kind of group them together. Suck the meat off. Okay, now we're getting down to like where there's nothing. And this is where we start looking for the heart. Ah, it's hot. Put all the good leaves on one pile, so we have a place to put the leaves we won't be eating. Now again, you can stack all of these together, all these tiny leaves that come off. And what you're looking for is this. This is the choke of the artichoke. This fibrous, kind of hairy dude. That's what you're looking for. That's the part that you really should not eat. It's what the choke part is named for. So what we're going to do is take our spoon, and usually this comes out in like basically one piece. You just scoop and discard until there's no more fibrous parts. Sometimes it comes out as one piece, sometimes you gotta kind of work at it. Ouch. Still hot, a lot of steam coming out. And what you're left with when you remove the choke the inedible pieces of the artichoke, what you're left with at the bottom, the base, is the super scrumptious, super yummy artichoke heart. And the way you eat this, even if there's some stem left on the bottom, like you didn't get a clean break of the stem, you just cut it up. Has all of the garlicky, yummy Parmesan-y flavors. It's super tender, it's super sweet, so delightful to eat. And then the rest of these you just kind of pick up and eat up. And that, on a very hot day in my apartment, is how we make baked artichokes. So hopefully you'll enjoy this endeavor. Artichokes are in season right now, so they're super sweet, they're super delightful. Remember, if you're going to be serving wine with artichokes, it's a very difficult pairing. Artichokes bring out all of the sweet flavors in wine, so just know that when you're going in. And it's like all oily and runny and juicy. There are ways to do this with butter, there's ways to do this with mayo. Really explore what you could do with artichokes, but this is super easy and foolproof, and it creates a delicious dish. So have a great time eating your artichokes in quarantine. They're time consuming, so that's a plus. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.